Welcome to InfoCast Speaks on YouTube. If you like these deep dives, this stuff we do here, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe.
Yeah.
Today's deep dive is a little bit bittersweet as we remember the legendary sportscaster Greg Gumbel, who recently passed away.
Yeah.
It's a true loss for the sports world and for anyone who appreciated his talent and warmth.
It's a sad loss for sure.
Yeah.
His career spanned over 5 decades,
Wow.
and his impact on sports broadcasting is undeniable.
It is. 50 years is an incredible run.
It is.
And you're right, his impact is huge.
Yeah.
I think a good place to start is with those early days in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who starts out calling high school basketball games and ends up at the Super Bowl?
Right.
It says something about his dedication and passion.
Absolutely.
Right from the beginning.
And it wasn't just dedication. He had a real eye for talent even back then.
Oh, wow.
There's this story about an executive at the local NBC affiliate in Chicago who gave Gumbel his first break. He asked Gumbel to broadcast a high school basketball game every weekend.
Wow.
And later, Gumbel recalled that they introduced their audience to a lot of guys who went on to become famous.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. Imagine having that kind of foresight.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
he was witnessing the future of basketball unfold before his eyes.
He clearly had a knack for recognizing potential,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't limited to basketball.
Yeah,
Throughout his career, he covered an incredible range of sports.
right.
The NFL, MLB, college basketball, the Olympics, you name it.
And he wasn't just calling the games. He became synonymous with some of the biggest sporting events in the world.
Right.
Think about it. He was the first black commentator to call a Super Bowl play-by-play back in 2001.
Yes.
That's not just a career highlight. It's a historic moment.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That moment transcended sports. It was a cultural milestone that opened doors and inspired so many.
It did.
And what's striking is that he handled that moment with such grace and professionalism, further solidifying his place in broadcasting history.
It's true.
Yeah.
He had this incredible ability to balance excitement and precision in his commentary. You could feel the energy, but he never lost control of the narrative.
Right.
He had a distinct style that set him apart.
Exactly. And it wasn't just his play-by-play, it was his whole demeanor.
Yeah.
He was warm, witty, and genuinely engaging.
He was.
He had this ability to make you feel like you were right there in the action with him.
There are so many stories from his colleagues about how much they enjoyed working with him.
Right.
Jim Nantz described him as broadcasting royalty and a consummate teammate and friend,
Wow.
which speaks volumes about the respect he commanded in the industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Leslie Visser also had some lovely things to say about him.
Oh, really?
She mentioned his light touch and wit
Okay.
and how everyone loved working with him.
Yeah.
It seems clear that he wasn't just a talented broadcaster.
Right.
He was a genuinely good person, deeply respected by those who knew him.
And, it wasn't just his colleagues who felt that way.
Right.
Fans loved him, too.
They did.
He had this incredible ability to connect with viewers, making them feel like they were part of the conversation.
Yeah, what's fascinating here is that he managed to do all of this while maintaining a certain level of humility.
It's true.
He never let the fame go to his head.
And he never stopped being a true professional,
Right.
even facing a battle with cancer.
Right.
His family said he approached it with stoicism, grace, and positivity.
Which is truly remarkable.
It is.
Yeah, it speaks volumes about his character and resilience, even in the face of adversity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He was the epitome of strength and dignity.
He was.
His family emphasized that in their statement,
Right.
saying he leaves behind a legacy of love, inspiration, and dedication.
And over 50 years of dedication to sports broadcasting.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a legacy that deserves to be celebrated and explored.
You're right. And we're going to do just that as we continue our deep dive into Greg Gumbel's remarkable life and career.
Okay.
But before we move on, I'm curious, what are some of your favorite memories of Greg Gumbel? Was it a particular Super Bowl call? Maybe an Olympic moment that stands out?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Definitely share your memories in the comments below.
Huh.
Let's celebrate his legacy together.
That's a great idea.
As we delve deeper into Greg Gumbel's career, what really strikes me is his versatility.
Yeah, beyond the Super Bowl and those huge events, he really did excel across such a wide range of sports.
Exactly. It wasn't just football or basketball. He brought that same level of expertise and passion to everything from baseball to the Olympics.
And it's interesting because it wasn't just about the sport itself. It was about his ability to connect with the audience, regardless of the game.
That's a great point. He wasn't just calling plays. He was
Yeah.
creating an experience, you
Yeah.
know? He was telling stories, weaving in context, adding humor, making you feel like you were part of something special.
Like when he hosted the NFL Today, it felt less like a pregame show and more like a conversation with a friend
Yeah.
who just happened to be incredibly knowledgeable about football.
And that's something you see throughout his career.
Uh-huh.
That ability to make you feel like you're right there in the moment with him.
It's true. He had this amazing knack for finding those little moments of humor and humanity, even during tense games.
Yeah.
It made the broadcast so much more enjoyable.
Remember when, what was it? I can't remember the exact game, but I remember when Gumbel made that joke about the coach's tie.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's those little touches that make a broadcaster truly memorable.
Absolutely.
Right.
And speaking of memorable moments,
Yeah.
his colleagues have shared some wonderful insights into what made him so special.
Yeah, Leslie Visser said that Greg had an innate dignity that he brought to the table. And I think that really sums up his presence, you know. He commanded respect without ever being arrogant.
And that respect was earned not just through his talent,
Right.
but also through his kindness and professionalism.
Absolutely.
He was known for treating everyone with the utmost respect, from his fellow broadcasters to the athletes he interviewed.
And that comes through in his work, right?
Yeah.
There's a sincerity to his commentary that resonates with viewers.
Yeah.
He never talked down to the audience. He always seemed to be speaking directly to you.
It's like he understood that sports were more than just games. They were stories about people, about triumph and adversity, about the human spirit. And he had this incredible gift for bringing those stories to life.
You know, we've talked a lot about his impact on the broadcasting world,
Right.
but it's important to remember that his influence extends far beyond that.
Right. He was a trailblazer,
Yeah,
becoming the first Black commentator to call a Super Bowl play-by-play.
absolutely.
That moment in 2001 was a watershed moment, not just for sports, but for representation as a whole.
Yeah. It was a powerful statement about breaking barriers
Yeah.
and achieving the impossible.
And it paved the way for so many others to follow in his footsteps. And what's inspiring is that he never made it about himself.
Right.
He was always focused on the game, on the athletes, on the fans.
Yes.
It was never about Greg Gumbel. It was always about something bigger than himself.
And I think that's a valuable lesson we can all take away from his legacy.
Yeah.
Humility, grace, dedication.
Right.
These are qualities that transcend any profession, you know?
It's true.
They're about being a good person and making a positive impact on the world around you.
And, you know, even in the face of adversity, he never lost that positivity.
Right.
His family talked about how he faced his illness with stoicism, grace, and positivity.
It's a testament to his incredible strength and resilience.
It really is.
Yeah.
He showed us that even in the toughest of times, you can choose to face challenges with dignity and hope. It's a powerful reminder that we all have the capacity for strength and resilience within us.
We do.
And that's the kind of legacy that truly endures. It's not just about achievements or accolades. It's about the impact you have on others,
Yeah.
the inspiration you leave behind.
And Greg Gumbel's legacy is one of inspiration.
It is.
He inspired countless people through his work, his character, and his unwavering spirit.
He was a true icon, and his absence will be deeply felt.
It will.
But his voice, his stories, and his impact on the world will continue to resonate for generations to come.
And as we reflect on his life and career,
Yeah,
I think it's important to ask ourselves, what lessons can we take away from his journey?
that's a great question.
What can we do to embody those same qualities of dedication, humility, and grace in our own lives?
That's a great question, and one that we'll continue to explore as we move into the final part of our deep dive.
Okay.
But before we do that,
Yeah.
we'd love to hear your thoughts. What about Greg Gumbel's style or career resonated with you the most?
Yeah.
Share your memories and insights in the comments below.
Yeah, let's keep this conversation going. As we wrap up our deep dive into Greg Gumbel's life and legacy,
Yeah.
I keep coming back to this idea of inspiration.
Yeah. It's hard not to feel inspired by his journey.
Right.
He achieved so much, broke barriers, and did it all with this incredible grace and humility.
What's remarkable is that his success never seemed to change him.
Right.
He remained grounded, approachable, and always focused on the bigger picture.
And that's something we can all learn from,
Yeah,
regardless of our profession or background.
absolutely.
It's about staying true to yourself, treating others with respect, and using your platform for good.
His story is a powerful reminder that we all have the potential to make a difference in the world.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be on a grand scale. It can be through small acts of kindness,
Right.
mentorship, or simply by being a positive force in our communities.
Like Greg Gumbel did with his unwavering positivity.
Yes.
He faces challenges with strength and dignity, never letting adversity dim his spirit.
His family's statement about how he approached his illness with stoicism, grace, and positivity is truly inspiring.
It really is.
It speaks volumes about his character and resilience.
And it's a reminder that we can choose how we respond to life's challenges.
Right.
We can choose to face them with grace, determination, and a positive outlook.
His legacy is about so much more than just sports.
Yeah.
It's about the kind of person he was, the values he embodied, and the impact he had on those around him.
He was a loving husband, father, and friend.
He was.
His colleagues remember him for his warmth, wit, and professionalism.
Yes.
And fans around the world will remember him for his iconic voice and his ability to bring the biggest sporting events to life.
He truly lived a life worth celebrating, and his story will continue to inspire us for years to come.
So as we say goodbye to this broadcasting legend, we want to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
What is one thing you can do today, inspired by Greg Gumbel's life, to make a positive impact on the world around you?
That's a great question.
It could be big or small. But every act of kindness and determination ripples outward,
It does.
creating a better future for us all.
Absolutely.
Think about what resonated with you most from Greg Gumbel's journey.
Yeah.
Was it his dedication to his craft, his unwavering positivity, or his commitment to breaking barriers?
Right.
Hold on to that inspiration and let it guide you.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the life and legacy of Greg Gumbel.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
His iconic voice may be gone, but his impact on the world of sports and beyond will never be forgotten.
It's true.